Hey, welcome! Today we're going to dive into something really interesting, a new way to think about charity. It's all about using technology to solve one of the biggest problems in giving, and that's trust.
So let's just start with a question, and I bet you've felt this before. You want to help. You see a cause you really care about, but something makes you pause. Why is it that so many of us hesitate to donate? What's that thing that's holding us back?
Well, it usually boils down to this two-sided problem, right? First, you've got the donor side of things. We need to feel confident about where our money is actually going. But then, and this is the really important part, you have the child who needs help. We have to make sure that support actually empowers them. And the model we're looking at today, it tries to fix both of these things at the same time.
Okay, so before we can even talk about the solution, we've got to understand just how big the problem is. Let's take a look at what's called the foundational learning gap. And trust me, it's a huge crisis for millions and millions of kids right now.
And when I say huge, I mean the number is just staggering. We're talking about India, where millions of kids who go to school every single day, can't read a basic sentence. They can't do simple math. It's this quiet crisis that's unfolding right inside the classroom walls.
And look, this is not just about bad grades, not at all. When a kid doesn't have these basic skills, it has these devastating ripple effects throughout their entire life. We see more kids dropping out of school, it just crushes their confidence, and it can trap them in a cycle of disadvantage that is so hard to break out of.
So, a problem that big? How on earth do you even start to fix it? Well, the approach we're digging into here is a two-part solution. It's really smart because it's designed to help both the kid who's struggling and the person, the donor, who wants to make a real difference.
All right, part one of the solution is called the PLS Remedial program. The best way to think about it is like a special boot camp for learning. It's a super structured, and this is key, a measurable system that's built from the ground up to help kids who've fallen behind get those absolute core skills back: reading, writing, and math. And it's not just throwing a textbook at them. It's a really cool mix of things. They use physical stuff, actual books, but they also bring in modern digital tools to keep things interesting. And here's the most important part, I think. They track each kid individually, so you can see exactly how each child is doing, which means nobody gets left behind or lost in the shuffle.
Okay, so that's how they help the kids, but what about the donor? Remember that trust issue? That brings us to part two, the Charitean platform. This is the tech piece of the puzzle that's all about building that trust back. It's actually India's first platform like this, and it does something amazing. It connects you, the donor, directly to a specific verified child. And it's built to make sure there's no duplication and that you get updates in real time. So how does it actually do that? How does it build trust? Well, transparency isn't just an add-on. It's baked right into the DNA of this thing. And it directly attacks that feeling of hesitation, that donor dilemma we mentioned right at the start. Think about the usual frustrations, right? You give money and then poof, it feels like it goes into a black hole. You have no idea what happened. You worry, is my donation even helping a unique person? Or are they getting sponsored by 10 other people? And you almost never see real, measurable results. It makes it really hard to feel connected to the impact you're trying to make. So let's just put the old way versus this new model right next to each other. With traditional giving, updates are what? Maybe a yearly newsletter? Here you get a real-time dashboard. In the old model, there's a risk of duplication. Here, every single child has a unique ID, so you know exactly who you're helping. We used to just have to assume we're making an impact. Now you get verified progress reports. It's a total shift from being a distant supporter to being an interactive partner. It's just way more rewarding.
So what this all means is that the entire experience of giving completely changes. Let's look at the actual stuff you can see and touch, the features that make this so different for a donor.
Imagine this. As a donor, you get your own dashboard you can log into. You can see the profile of the actual child you're sponsoring, all with their privacy protected, of course. You get to see them move from level to level in their learning. You get real, verified reports on their progress and their achievements. It totally changes your role. You're not just a faceless funder anymore. You're an active partner in their education. And there's this quote from the source material that just hits the nail on the head. It says, "You are not just funding education, you are rebuilding a future." Wow, that just says it all, doesn't it? It takes giving from being just a simple transaction and turns it into this measurable, life-changing transformation.